No, initially I wasn't good with
Hmm.
math, but then as time went on, I grew to become better and better.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you develop a skill set, you sharpen your skill.
I did. I did. I
Which
did.
year was that? Because you have like over a 20-year history within the financial sector. So what year would you say you really got comfortable where
Let's
your
see.
confidence was there?
I would say when I first moved to Atlanta,
Hmm.
I wasn't, I didn't have any background fully in finances at
Okay.
all. I moved here. My sister, of course, she worked for Countrywide at the time as a mortgage broker.
Okay.
And I knew that there was something here for me to do, but I was not fully aware of it as of yet at the age of 22, 23. And
Hmm.
coming to from North Carolina to Atlanta,
Hmm.
Georgia, it was like,
Hmm.
okay, here's this huge city. So I
Hmm.
get here and I am actually introduced to collections. To really be honest, it
Ah.
started at collections
Hmm.
and collections with the U.S. Department of Education. And
Ooh.
that was right.
I don't
That
want to pay
was
my
a
student
beast.
loans. Stop calling
Right.
me.
Exactly. That's exactly what it was. And I mean, and I had to adjust to that and grow thicker skin and
Uh,
to be able to communicate with people on their level
hmm.
because everyone's different. So, seeing those numbers and not being afraid of the number that's on this screen, the amount that
Hmm.
they owe, do not be
Hmm.
afraid to pick up that telephone number,
Hmm.
make that call and say,
Hmm.
okay, this is your balance. That was
Yep.
my first experience of not being afraid of numbers. The next experience would be I knew that there was more for me.
Hmm.
And my life was just progressively actually moving forward as far as my sister started her own mortgage company
Hmm.
and it was CFIC Mortgage. She started it actually in the front of her home.
Okay.
And from there, she taught me how to be a loan officer as well as a processor. Really took on more processing because I'm good with organization, hence why I'm in
Hmm.
bookkeeping.
Hmm.
So from there, I had to, learn your good faith estimates and
Hmm.
what does that good faith estimate, what are those numbers saying, how to
Hmm.
completely explain those numbers to your borrower in regular human form, that it wasn't above their head, it was something that they could actually understand.
Hmm.
And once they get to paying their mortgage, they're not confused about, okay, what information did my loan processor give me? So
Hmm.
as time went on, it went from mortgages to then from there, I started working pretty much for a property lien company, a tax company.
Okay.
And that was when the light bulb went off. I
Mm.
did the numbers for that company for over at least 154 counties and city seats in the state of Georgia to prepare them for their tax sales.
Mm.
So I would get spreadsheets.
How'd you miss
Go
five
ahead.
of them?
Listen,
You got
uh,
154 out of 159.
did one, and do you know, and let me tell you why. Because they were placed on contracts, that company.
Got you.
So it would be they were trying to win contracts with different counties and different cities. So at that time, we were
That's
really
huge
all
though. They
it's
almost
huge.
dominated the entire state. I'm like, there's only
Exactly.
five counties that didn't sign with them.
Exactly. And there are more companies here in Georgia that do the same thing. They do
Mm.
tax sales.
Hmm.
So they were right at 148 to 154 and still trying to elevate and grow, from when I was there. But I started there and I had to learn how to become even more organized because I
Hmm.
was receiving, spreadsheets from
Hmm.
at least 13 to 14 counties or cities
Yeah.
to produce their tax sales in 1 month. And I could not be off on their numbers
Oh
because if I
no.
was off on their numbers, they could not
Hmm.
have a tax sale.
Yeah. Hmm.
So I learned how to be very aware of what I was looking at,
Hmm.
very sharp with making sure that I took my time
Hmm.
and make sure that I did not rush myself in that because I knew that it would cost them a whole lot.
Hmm.
And it was, yes, it would cost me, you
Hmm.
know, but more than anything, I knew that it really cost that tax commissioner or that city seat.
Hmm.
So doing those numbers for that, what I did it over 8 years. I worked
Hmm.
in that field and I did that as well as I was an auctioneer at the tax sales as well. So I
Hmm.
traveled to different counties, mostly Burke County. It's
Hmm.
not too far. I think it's right by Augusta, Georgia. So I did a
Hmm.
lot of their tax sales and their sales at the city as well. So having to know numbers became something that I enjoyed learning and
Hmm.
getting comfortable with,
Yeah.
and knowing that the only person that's going to stop me is me.
Yeah.
So there's no point of being afraid of a number. Go get it. And
Yeah.
so that was the door that opened up a whole lot more. From there, unfortunately, from that company, I was actually blown away. I actually had gotten laid off from that company. I had been there for 8 years.